Hello, Internet, and welcome to Hearts of Stone. We are here to play some Blades in the Dark, and super excited for you to be here with us a little later in the day than usual, with most of us being either sleep deprived or sick or some combination of the two. And today's going to be a vibe.
The
We'll be
game
getting
today
into
is you get to guess who's who.
yeah. We'll start a poll. But welcome. We are. I'm very excited to jump back into this before we get going and talk about what we've got going on the channel. Right now, only other stream we've got going on is on Mondays. We're playing, getting ready to play Fistful of Darkness. We've been doing the Quiet Year for a couple weeks. We will not have a stream this Monday. We actually won't be back for 2 weeks for that, just because of scheduling issues on our end. But we will be back to finish up the Quiet Year. Very confident we'll finish it up on our next session on the 26th. Yes. So the 26th is when we'll be back to continue that. Otherwise, we will just be here for this game until then. So that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and let my players do their introductions so we can recap and get into this. So tell us who you are, what you do on off the channel, and who you are going to play tonight, starting with Van.
Hello, I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, wherever you can find people on the internet. Mostly I'm just hanging out in the Discord and streaming here a couple of times a week. And tonight, for real tonight, we always say it, it's real this time, I will be playing Glass, who is the Whisper.
I believe I am next. Hey, I'm Christy the Sid. You can find me on the internets at GreekSid. I'm the gimme as to part of this pool. Yeah, I'm sick. There you go. Well, narrow down your point differential there. I'm here on Mondays and Saturdays, and I'm also over on twitch.tv/High Shelf Collective on Tuesdays with RJ playing some Heart. It's wild and crazy fun. But tonight, I'm playing Salome, and she is the spider.
Hello everyone, I'm RJ, and one of us tells truths and the other nothing but lies. You can catch me at rjustice282 on all of my socials. Today I'm playing Fume, who is the Hull. We both go by he, they, he's a menace, and I'm also sick.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm sick and also sleep deprived. But we shall see which end of the energy metronome I land on. Today I am playing as Grackle, who was once a hound and was once a ghost and is now a vampire. DanaeKeener.com.
And I am Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here playing the games, this one and the other one I talked about already. And that's pretty much all I do right now. Are y'all ready to get started? I do realize, as we're like in this time slot, is like this is like the classic GGK time slot. This is where like the first game I think we ever ran on this channel started. That's where like Good Game and Good Night Internet came from,
Yeah.
like because we were ending or at that actual nighttime and stuff. It feels a little nostalgic to get back here. But yeah, we'll see where all our energy levels here are at the end, because we're all, 8 years older now and get tired a lot more easily. So, previously on Hearts of Stone, Salome discovered Jaren had been arrested. Grackle came face to face with her father. Glass invoked Azrael to terrorize the Bluecoats, and Fume stole an armored carriage. Those are the highlights from last time. I'll give a little bit more where we're at currently. So, with Grackle having been arrested by the Baron, everyone sprung into action in a last-minute plan to rescue Grackle and Melvir, who had also been captured by the Baron, was kind of being held hostage. The whole reason Grackle allowed herself to be arrested so easily. While the Baron was transporting Grackle north to Brightstone and presumably White Crown, we have our party split along with your cohorts, with Salome and Fume going to the magistrate's office in Charter Hall, where Melvir was being detained, along with Jackdaw's crew to rescue Melvir, while Glass, along with Smash and Grab's crew, were cutting off the Baron's sort of procession into Brightstone for the intent of rescuing Grackle simultaneously. The Hyperion looms overhead on the bridge that leads over the canal from Charter Hall to Brightstone. Glass has just set off a chaotic maelstrom of death at the foot of this bridge, murdering some blue coats, sending others fleeing in terror, causing enough chaos for Smash to Grab to take Grackle and begin to run away. And as we ended last time, Steiner, perched across the bridge, shot the Baron straight in the head, to which the Baron fell for a moment before standing back up, his wound healing, as he seemed to shrug off this otherwise mortal blow. So that's where we're going to pick up. Do I want to pick up? I realize we have Tired Squad on one side and Sick Squad on the other. So which side do we want to start with first? Let's go with the Charter Hall group. I want to start with what's going on with Melvir. So Fume, you have taken this carriage and you are heading back to the magistrate's office. I think you stole this armored carriage, and along with some blue coat uniforms for some of Jackdaw's.
There are some naked blue coats that are stuffed in a locker right now.
Yeah. And you are heading back to the magistrate's office to pose as the transport that Salome, as an inspector, had set up to transport Melvir.
On the ride there, Fume is like, remember your badge numbers, remember the name tags. If they ask you, say your last name and then the badge number, and nothing else.
As the carriage comes rumbling up to the outside the magistrate's office, Salome, you can hear kind of that commotion out on the streets. You are currently in the building, standing outside of the office that Melvir is being held in, along with the blue coats that kind of escorted you back here. You were very successful in your attempts to kind of pass yourself off as an inspector and this whole that whole endeavor there. So the blue coat turns to you and hears the commotion outside and says, I suppose that's your transport then?
I would assume as much.
Right.
I would assume that is still a little bit of paperwork for me to sign in order to formalize this transfer.
Right. That's should have the forms back here. Kind of like wanders off into the office. I mean, it's like grab some paperwork for you to sign for like the prisoner transport, prisoner release, chain of custody sort of thing.
Yes.
You are in disguise. Melvir does not recognize you. Jackdaw is with you, also in disguise. So Melvir doesn't say anything. He kind of like glances up at this exchange that's happening outside, but like nervously bouncing his foot as this happens. The blue coat officer returns, takes some forms out, begins to have you sign those over, and says, right, and where are we taking the prisoner to?
We are removing them from Charter Hall. As I said, they need to be removed from this area as soon as possible.
Right. So up to Brightstone, White Crown.
Looks around as if doesn't trust anyone else in the vicinity. Not so loudly. Looks at their sergeant. I will write down where the prisoner is being taken to. Please keep your voice down. As I said, the reason that this prisoner is being removed is that we've had a great deal of trouble with some individuals within this neighborhood. Here.
Right.
And writes down Coleridge.
Coleridge. Okay. You write that down, like you sign the forms, looks at it, and he says, "You think there's someone here? It might be Turncoat."
A lot of our information narrows it down to either this facility or another one several blocks away. We are not taking any chances, especially with such a important individual.
Right. All right. You know better than me. He signs his half of the forms. You sign yours. Looks towards the guards that were posted outside of the room Malvere's being held in. So, let's get the prisoner up and moving. No time to waste. They move into the room, secure the manacles, uncuff him from the chair that he's currently sitting in. And yeah, sort of like push him along towards you. I'm imagining Salome kind of like takes charge of,
Yes.
or maybe Jackdaw steps in and kind of like puts a hand on Melvir's back and starts like pushing him along as the two of you head towards the exits.
Mhm.
The guard, the blue coat says, "Are we to accompany you to Coleridge?"
No. We, again, do not want to make a big hullabaloo about this, as there are particular investigations ongoing. Just keep this as a simple transfer, and we'll go from there. We will be in touch.
Right, understood. Takes you begin to head out of these like back rooms into like the main lobby, this ornate entrance to the magistrate's office. You as you round the corner into the lobby, though, there's somebody waiting in there that was not before. You see in a like a charcoal gray suit, white press shirt. You see with glasses perched on the end of his nose, kind of striding up towards you. You see Oliver.
This is where that 2 is. Got it.
He comes like kind of briskly walking towards you, almost like running into your little group as you do. Fume, as your carriage comes up and you like come to a stop outside the building in the cobblestone streets outside the magistrate's office. You see like idling there currently is one of the like discs, like motor cars, like the Sparkcraft like propelled vehicles that they have. Bit of a commotion, and like as you kind of glance towards the entrance with the door open, you can see like Oliver entering the building. I think you see a frame that looks familiar to you, and kind of like put 2 and 2 together. You can probably clock him.
Bollocks.
As you do, and he kind of meets your group, says, "Hold on, what's going on here?"
Inspector Jameson, we have immediate orders to have this prisoner removed for both security and safety.
Under whose orders?
Can I hand off the transfer paperwork right here?
Okay. Do you have forged paperwork that
Yes.
that you have created?
Yes.
Okay. I think we'll count like because you spent load to have like
I
the
did
documents and
subterfuge
stuff.
supplies,
That's
which
right.
includes forged documents.
Yeah,
the
so-
theatrical makeup, all that stuff.
And if I remember right, you rolled pretty well on that too. So
I rolled a crit. Yeah.
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 So he takes that form, he looks at it, looks up at you, sighs, and says, I believe there's been some sort of miscommunication, Inspector. Hands it back to you.
Well, that miscommunication will have to come from my direct superiors. As of right now, this is my order and I follow it.
Right. I'm here under orders of the Lord Governor himself. So I believe any authority I have might outrank yours. This prisoner is not to be transported out of this building.
And where's your paperwork, sir?
Do you know who I am?
Yes, Mr. Oliver, I am quite aware of who you are. However, that does not mean quite a damn thing, pardon my language, in times such as these. Do you have paperwork, sir?
He kind of looks like taken aback that an inspector, like, that you're confronting him like this, and he looks back to the other blue coats behind you, looks back to you and says, "No, I don't have any paperwork."
So until you have that paperwork in hand and can show me that these come from the Lord Governor himself, leans in, sort of like conspiratorially with Oliver. Look, we've had quite a bit of disruption within this sector recently. I'm sure that, as you know, there have been several instances of people within this particular sector working in tandem with unsavory groups. This is nothing against you, Mr. Oliver. However, unless I have something irrefutable in hand, I am just following out orders, sir. Just playing up like the total hard-ass inspector vibe, like just sweat sort of slowly rolling down her back right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll to convince him.
Okay. Okay.
We'll put this as risky standard.
Okay. I have the cloak and dagger thing, so I get an extra die for this.
Okay. And what are you gonna roll?
I was
Sway?
going to roll sway.
Okay, that's fine. That works.
I'm wondering. No, that would be a little weird. Nah, I won't do mesmerism right now. That would be strange. No, I want him to think that someone named Jameson and the inspectors is the one responsible for all of this. So we'll leave it at that. All right. So that's 5. Come on, Shiamo.
Is that another crit?
It's another fucking crit, y'all.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
There's a 1, and there's a number 2.
Okay.
Look, she's good at one.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
she's
I
a
would
map.
like-
She's good at 2 things.
I would like for Oliver to apologize. Because he's being kind of a dick right now, and he doesn't have the paperwork.
No, he does not.
He
I'd like to spend a token.
Look, spend a token to force Oliver to
Make
apologize.
Oliver say he's fucking sorry.
he kind of
I'm
like
sorry.
he chews on his words for a moment, looks at you, shakes his head and like pinches the bridge of his nose and says, "Ah, right. I understand you're just following orders. I'll have to have words with your commander when this is all said and done, but fine. Where are you transporting him to?"
We shall give you a full copy of our transfer orders. Yes, sir. And show him the bogus thing in Coleridge as well.
Yeah. Coleridge. Fine. Perhaps I missed something. Very well. I'll accompany you and the prisoner along with my escort.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, this is gonna keep him up at night. I can just feel it.
Very well. Lead on, Inspector.
Very good, sir. Shake hands with the other individual. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to spend a stress to let Fume know that I have pulled the wool over. I'll spend a stress for this.
Okay.
Fume, I have all of our Dis agents coming out after us. I have fooled them for now. I have a feeling we're going to need to give them the slip while they escort us. Just fair warning.
You get back the notion that this message has been seen.
You left me
Left
on
on
red.
red.
Bitch.
All right, you come out of the building towards the carriage that Fume is currently driving.
I would like to spend a drain for a flashback.
Okay. What is your flashback?
Sneaking into the automated car.
Oh, to say that you're going to Oliver's car, the one that's parked there
Slipped
right
into
now.
Oliver's car. Yeah.
That's not a flashback. That's happening currently. So you can just
okay, cool.
you can do something right now. if
Yes,
you
I
wanna
would like to slip into Oliver's transport.
Okay. You want to sneak inside the vehicle
Yes.
and like be there. Okay.
When
and
Oliver
have-
opens the door, like the blue coat uniform is off, buttons, like the first 3 buttons are unbuttoned, and he's just sitting leaning against like the leather of the car.
Okay, so you're not hiding in there.
You're giving
currently.
yourself away? What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Oliver to get in and then notice me. Like,
He's
Okay.
gonna seduce him.
So you want to be like you want this to be a situation where you are hiding like in the back seat or something, and then when he as soon
gets
as everything
in,
gets
spin
moving.
around. Hello, Mr. Bond.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So not.
I thought as soon as he opened the door, you were sitting there with like your
Rose
shirt
in
off. Yeah, I was
mouth.
like,
Yeah.
What are you up to,
just,
dude?
Because
And then
just a
shoot him.
reminder, there are a bunch of cops and robots
Yeah.
all waiting outside
And
the
robot
building
cops.
right now. And robot cops.
Robot
Yeah,
cops.
robot cops.
Oh.
God, I've made RoboCops.
Oh,
Hold
you made
on.
RoboCop again.
Do you know how the back of some cars will fold out so you can get into the trunk?
Yeah.
Can I get into there?
Okay. I'm done. So let's do a prowl
Yeah.
roll, I think, for this. We'll say risky standard on this as well.
Yeah. That's a 6.
Okay. With a 6, Fume tucks himself into the trunk of the car, and I'm fine with saying that it connects to the back seat too, preparing for the vehicle to get moving so you can reveal yourself as soon as everything gets going. So you come out. So Fume is not driving. One of Jackdaw's cohort is currently at driving the carriage. A few of the others, disguised as blue coats, come around the side of it, help you move Melvir into the back of the wagon.
As we're moving Melver into the back of the wagon, I'm going to have my character here, Jameson, surreptitiously like take her glasses off and like start to clean them on her uniform, and then say pretty softly, "We're almost there, old man. She should be wherever we're at when we get there." Just sort of
Okay.
letting him know
Y-
what's going on.
Yeah, Melvir, as like you're getting him in the back and you kind of like go through the paces of like connecting his manacles to the chain at the center of the wagon and stuff, so like kind of like locking him in. You whisper this. He looks down at you, like a flash of surprise across his face.
She gives him a wink.
And as he's kind of like gears are turning, he doesn't make any reaction or say anything to you for the risk of like giving anything away. You close and bar the back of the wagon, the back of the carriage, and climb up into the driver's side next to Jackdaw. Begin to stir forward, heading south out of Charter Hall, with as you begin to drive, the Oliver's car begins to follow down the streets. We're gonna cut away and then come back to Fume and your interaction with Oliver here. So I gotta put on some more actiony music for what's happening on the bridge.
What's happening is nanny, nanny, nanny. That's what's happening.
All right.
John.
I was being a real creep last time.
You were being a real
That
creep.
was so good though.
Grackle, you are in the chaos of everything, screaming and clanging of metal and shouting. You're being pulled away by. You've just seen your father shot through the head and then stand back up. Smash and Grab begin to try to pull you down the street, along with their crew, trying to just get as much distance from here as possible. Glass, you invoking Azrael, this malevolent force, kind of pulsing over the bridge. The blue coats that were nearby, either lying dead on the ground or fleeing to the distance. The iron coats beginning to stir back to life and reacting to the situation. The Lord Governor, the Baron, looks across the water in the direction of where the shot came from, and then back to you. And then in a booming voice says, "Pursue the prisoner. Kill this one."
Good fucking luck.
The iron coats, some begin to pursue Smash and Grab and Grackle, kind of breaking off. A few of the others turn towards you. And as the Baron calls out his order, you see the Hyperion lights, doof, doof, spotlights cast down on you, illuminating you on the bridge. And you watch as one of the, you hear a whirring noise from the coil gun mounted on the side of the Hyperion begins to stir to life.
I'm gonna push myself to use my Tempest, and I'm gonna summon a lightning strike. I'm gonna blast that bitch out of the sky.
The Hyperion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This will make an impact on the Baron.
Interesting. Okay. So your Tempest, read me off your Tempest ability again.
You can push yourself to do one of the following. Unleash a stroke of lightning as a weapon, summon a storm in your immediate vicinity, torrential rain, roaring winds, heavy fog, chilling frost, snow, etc.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to say.
I promised everybody I would cause a scene.
Yes. You push yourself to do this, so take your stress for that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to make a roll for this.
Yeah.
There are a couple things that could apply here. I assume you're going for your tune.
Yep.
Okay. That's fine. I'm good with that.
Because I'm summoning the energy seemingly out of nowhere. I'm imagining from the ghost field.
So with the difference between your kind of effective scale and the scale of this like Titanic, again, this like 3 football fields in length, like this is an enormous ship. With the difference from this, the starting position is going to be or say desperate, or say no effect.
I assumed that would be the case.
And I'm going to let you know, even like pushing yourself and stuff, you're not going to be able to destroy the Hyperion yourself.
Oh, no.
But you could cause some damage to it, or at least damage like the coil gun that's on the side of it.
Yeah, I just want to make a dent. Because I'm pretty sure the Baron thinks that thing is invincible. Let's see. Do I have anything else for this? That's for talking to demons. That's for becoming invisible. That's for the lightning.
We all have a particular set of skills.
Just flipping through the Rolodex.
Can I know, right? Can I make an argument that the impact is a little bit greater, considering I'm also channeling a literal demon right now?
I don't think that's going to help you in this situation.
Interesting.
I feel like the fact that you're channeling a demon is the reason you can do this right now.
That's fair enough.
I think and Azrael is more effective against like organic, like living
That's also fair.
entities. Not necessarily as effective as blowing up a big airship.
Oh, we'll work on that part. Well, here's the thing. I'm pushing myself to do this.
Yes, you
So-
can still. Okay, that is a good point. So
So I need help.
I think that's it. We never had. So you're pushing yourself for the ability. I guess you can't push yourself as well to take the stress to get the extra die. So yeah, you will need help from somebody
Or a devil's bargain.
or devil's bargain.
You can't push yourself or devil's bargain at the same time.
Well, I'm not pushing myself for extra dice. I'm pushing
Yeah,
myself
but
to use the
you-
ability. See that? So actually, this situation sucks because if I'm pushing myself to do this and it's not going to have any effect unless I get help, there's no reason for me to do this. So I would do something else instead.
No, I think again somebody can assist you.
Yeah.
So
How
if
about I
you-
assist? I'm
Yeah.
here.
Option. Help.
Yeah.
I'm going to assist.
I don't know how, but I believe in
The
you.
crows descend. Sorry, grackles. They're grackles. I've never made that mistake before. It's been so long since I've used them.
Can I paint you a picture of a swarm of grackles with little EMP grenades in their talons, just dive bombing the Hyperion?
Well, okay, well, hold on. You're blowing up the Hyperion, right? That's the.
I'm gonna at least try
that's
to
the
like
move.
blast the guns off the side. The gun off the side.
I
I'm gonna do
don't
some
have
damage
any
to it.
Fucking magic powers. I know I'm a vampire, but like, I can sense things like an elf.
You can absolutely assist because you all of us have the thing you can assist from any distance and all that stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah, or a little.
so-
I'm just
magic.
I'm just thinking of what my assist is. I feel like I feel like crows. Why am I so stuck on crows right now? It's the crow mauler. I just can't
It
get him
is.
out of my head.
100%.
I think the move is the grackles. But yeah, I'm assisting.
Absolutely. I
One
think
XP.
the grackles like descend down on the bridge, like providing enough cover for Glass to have the time to do this while the iron codes are kind of beginning to converge on Grackle.
I
or
like
Glass.
this a lot.
Absolutely. So that assist, you can use that to give yourself greater effect
Yep.
to move it to limited effect. All right.
I think that's all I got.
I think that's it.
Okay. Let's cause a scene. That's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. With a full success, I will say you invoke this power. Like, this is your power. This is not Azrael's power. This is your ability that you have developed over years of study and practice to stir the faint traces of electroplasm, this electrical energy, these currents that run through the atmosphere. A storm cloud roars to life overhead. The winds pick up, and a bolt of lightning strikes down at the Hyperion, striking the coil gun that was beginning to stir to life, the one that was like mounted, because there are dozens of coil guns along the side of this thing, but the one that is closest to you that was beginning to about to fire upon you. You hear a shriek, probably coming from the operator of that coil gun, as the lightning strikes. Smoke, metal raining down from the blast. This coil gun seems to be completely destroyed from
Any iron codes
the-
get caught in the debris?
uh
Falling from the sky?
I'll do a fortune roll. Let's see.
Please.
What's that? Just roll one die. That's a 6. Okay. I will say a piece of like the railing of the Hyperion, like, or the coil gun itself, like snaps off the side, plummets to the ground, and smashes into the top of one of these iron coats, like pinning it down, probably mostly destroying it, but it is stuck underneath this massive piece of machinery.
Great.
This is just kind of like trying to push itself up. You hear like the servos and its joints grinding as it's trying to push off of the ground. The as this lightning strikes, one of the iron coats crushed underneath, some going off to pursue the fleeing Grackle. The other iron coats that are on the bridge converge on you. One of them reaches out to and let's see, what's it gonna do? He told him to kill you.
He sure did.
It reaches out in your direction with these like sword like appendages and just like stabs straight towards you. You are going to take harm unless you wish to roll to resist. You are going to take a level 3 harm.
I really need that stress though. Level 3 is really big, huh?
Yep.
A real catch-22.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll. I'm gonna have to resist on this one.
So this will be a prowess resist.
Okay, I'm pretty good there. Big money, no win. That's a 4.
Oh, okay, you take 2 stress.
It's okay.
Could be worse.
It's okay.
Could be so much worse.
As you
It's fine.
dodge out of the way of this strike, the blades just narrowly missing your chest, one sort of grazing the side of your neck as you roll out of the way. As you do so, the shadows around you begin to like reform, like kind of like coalescing back towards you. There is this shriek of like an impact against the iron coat that causes it to go toppling over backwards. And you, through this dark mist that surrounds you, you hear the voice of Azrael and says, "You should leave now."
I think Glasses started laughing maniacally. We're losing it over here. We've already been electrocuted. We're very stressed. Glass is convinced that this is it.
Honestly, fair assumption. That coil gun would have murderized you.
Yeah.
So,
And I didn't want that to happen. John. I'm shouting over the storm now. Where have you gone? Did you think your toys were gonna keep you safe? Did you think we were gonna let you take her?
you hear Azrael's voice again saying, "If you stay any longer, I don't know if I can protect you."
I'm aware.
After your this brief exchange, you see like the fog kind of parts as his cloak kind of whips to the side. The Baron striding up with slow, heavy footfalls towards you, says, "I think you caused enough trouble here." He reaches to his belt and pulls out this, like, you see like clipped to the side of his belt is this like metal apparatus. It looks like the hilt of a saber, kind of, or like a sword, as he draws to the side, and you see metallic pieces just like like extend outward into a blade that he like whips out to the side as he is striding straight in your direction.
Oh. That's adorable. You're not gonna catch me today. And I turn invisible.
Okay. You does that take stress for you to?
Yep.
You take your stress to fade into the ghost field to turn invisible.
See you soon, John. This is going to be fun. I hope you're not afraid of ghosts.
You can still see him. He does not appear to be able
That'd
to
be crazy
see
if I
you.
couldn't.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Invisible to ghost.
I'm interpreting that the ghost field, you can still see the living entities around you.
Well, because I'm only partially in the ghost field,
Mhm.
so I'm like it's in between.
You see him slow to a stop as you disappear, and he looks around. One of the as the effects of Azrael begin to dissipate as well, some of the bluecoats who did not either die or shit their pants running away come up to like flank him, and he says, "She can't have gone far. Go after her." And you see the bluecoats go to back up the ironcoats as they pursue Grackle.
A whistle for Buttercup.
Okay.
She brought me here. She's got to get me out.
You run off away from the bridge.
Oh yeah, I'm gone.
The spectral horse coming down the cobblestone street towards you. You hop onto Buttercoat and go pursuing after Grackle. Grackle,
Yes.
you are running with you lightning strike behind you, some of the lights in the Hyperion shattering, smash and grab
insane again.
smash and grab flanking you as you run along with some of their cohort. You hear the heavy mechanical footfalls of the ironcoats pursuing you. You also hear there is a gunshot that sounds. One of the cohort to your right drops just face first on the cobblestone, blood pooling underneath them. Some of them begin try to react to pick him back up, realize he's dead, continue running as you see beginning to with lightning cascading around them, these blue coats with spark runner rigs running through the air, pursuing rifles drawn, firing down at your crew.
That sucks. I think Grackle's gonna reach into like both of the holsters of Smash and Grab, and like pull out 2 pistols and turn around and like provide cover fire as we retreat.
Okay, so you want to fire back. Perfect. Let's do a roll for that. Neither one of them resist. They know you're better at guns than they are, so they let you take their pistols.
They're loading up more ammo into other pistols to hand to Grackle so she doesn't
Yeah.
reload.
That would be great. You guys run, I'll shoot. Risky standard?
I'm just thinking of
Yes.
of Smosh playing sniper chess, and it's just Grackle is Shane, and then Smash and Grab are Spencer feeding a Capri Sun. That's exactly what's happening in my head right now.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. Okay.
It's a 4.
All right.
Mixed success.
Mixed success. The here's what we do. You pull the pistols, fire up into the air. You're firing at the spark runners that are pursuing. You clip one, kind of goes spiraling, loses his footing as you hit a piece of the machinery, sparks underneath them. Suddenly only 1 foot is able to gain any purchase in the air, and he goes tumbling down, smashes back, breaking on the top of one of these buildings as he roof tiles come clattering down. Firing at another, you hit dead on in the chest, kind of does a full cartwheel, kind of gets caught up in some of the electrical wiring in the street, electrocuted as his smoking body hits the ground. As you're firing back on them, doing some damage to the spark runners pursuing, they continue to fire down. Your cohort, so whoever's tracking that, you see more dropping around you. With they're trying to fire back. They aren't as well armed. So Smash and Grab's cohort is going to take a harm for that. They're going to go to weakened. You are still being pursued by them. As you reach the sort of end of this street, I assume that this group is heading west, like towards Crow's Foot, like back across the bridge is like what their orders probably were, unless somebody, I won't cost a flashback or anything for it, but unless Salome, Glass, or Fume would have told Smash and Grab to do anything else.
I would say if we need to, excuse me, if we need to take this to a flashback, absolutely fine. I would say get away from Brightstone. Like, do not let anyone pass to Brightstone. And then as soon as we get her, get underground. We need to literally go underground right now. We know the underground tunnels. We know that shit well. We need to get off like city street level, and we need to go down.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do for what is going on, and Glass, you can get in the mix on this too, as you're very fast on Buttercup and are going to catch up with them. I'm gonna grab a clock here. We're gonna start a progress clock that y'all will be working towards to escape your pursuers. I will give, from Grackle's success there, we'll give 1 tick on it. Or no, it'd be 2 ticks because you had a mixed success. All right. So you have to fill this clock to get to a position where y'all can actually breaking line of sight, getting away from your pursuers, getting to a point where you can get underground without being seen. Otherwise, they're just going to pursue you to wherever you go. So that's what's going on. Grackle is running away with them. Is there anything else Grackle wants to do right now before we cut back to Fume and Salome?
I think she's been very like trying to describe this without making a reference. She's been very like cold, like unaffected by everything happening around her. And then like as more and more of her cohorts are starting to fall, there's like this twinge of irritation. I think she's gonna try and jump up onto the roof and eat a guy.
Okay. All right. You can definitely do that. This won't make any progress on the clock, but you can do that to gain some stress back or healing.
I'm gonna push myself on this one.
Okay.
She tosses the guns back to Smash and Grab, and then just like jumps up onto a roof.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your hunt.
I'm pushing myself on this one. Risky standard?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get a bonus dice. 5. I was gonna be mad if I got another 4.
Okay. You climb up onto so you scale this wall preternaturally quickly. This spark runner alights onto the roof of this building for a moment, begins to aim down to take a shot. As you lunge towards him, just I imagine grabbing him by the throat and slamming him down onto the tiles, the shingles, and just begin to drain the life out of him. So I think you regain 4 stress from that, if I'm remembering correctly.
Is it equivalent to the roll, or is there a scale to it?
Oh, I think if it's like indulging vice,
It's equivalent
then
then.
it's equivalent.
Yeah, I rolled a 5, so
Oh, 5. Sorry, I thought you got 4. So
yeah, you're
yes.
good. I said I was gonna be mad if I did roll a 4. I did in fact roll 2 4s, but I
Got it.
also rolled a 5.
Got it.
And this also will clear her last injury. So, like, as petty as it is, this small vengeance is enough to quell the urge.
Okay. As you do this, killing this blue coat and restoring yourself, I'm going to say that bit with your cohort having to hesitate just enough to like keep from losing you. They are continuing to fire upon friendly blue coat. I would say the iron coat's catching up to them, just slashing across the backs of some of your pursuing cohort here. They're going to take another harm as a cohort on the mixed success. So they are now up to impaired.
It's a bad time. Can I tell them to go on without me?
We can see that. We'll get. You can definitely do that. Let's cut over to the others, and then we'll see if. How
Mom,
that
the point
goes.
was to save you, not leave you behind.
I'm good now.
So
Grackle, come get
Uh,
me.
Oh yeah.
Salome heading south with the carriage. Oliver following behind in his car. Fume sitting in the back, climbing into the back of Oliver's vehicle. Fume, what do you do?
Can I tell by the sound if there are like other patrols by us, like an escort, or is it just Oliver in a armored car?
I am going to. No, I think that is a good question.
Would I roll
I'm
study or survey?
actually I'm just gonna roll fortune to see how many he's bringing with him.
Oh.
I think that's the most fair. We're gonna say 1 to 3. He's gonna have people with him no matter what. I'm gonna say 1 to 3. He's got some just run of the mill blue coats with him that are following on like horseback or in another vehicle behind him. 5 and 6 or 4 and 5, there are some spark runners with as well. 6, there are also iron coats.
6, the Hyperion is right on you.
6, the Hyperion just shows up and it's like, fuck this, we're gonna go after these people instead. All right, that's
Fuck.
a 6. So with a 6, there are blue coats, spark runners, and iron coats, all in a entourage. Actually, no, we'll just say iron coats with the 6. I'll be nicer. So yes, you hear the ka-choom, 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 like the iron coats are like jogging behind the car.
Like
These vehicles,
Secret Service details. Oh no.
yeah. There are 4 iron coats behind Oliver's car, and you can hear them.
Okay. Focusing inside the cart, is Oliver by himself?
Yes, he's by himself in here.
Well, okay. Can I tell where he's sitting?
Driver's seat.
He's literally the only one. He's in the car driving. And it's not a cart. He like he
Yeah,
has
this is a
motor
car. So like, yeah,
has a
this is
motor
like
car.
rumbling Sparkcraft engine propelling this vehicle
Okay.
forward.
Could
What kind of car was like Cruella DeVille's car?
Yes,
Like,
yeah, it's
I
one of,
imagine it's
the
like one of those.
long, like, yeah, this is not like this is not a like Ford Focus. This
Is
is
it like-
an old timey.
You're telling me
like,
Oliver doesn't drive a Prius?
So
it's
is it
like
like a
Model T kind of like
enclosed cabin?
It is.
exposed
It's.
cabin?
I'll say it has a like a sheet metal like top to it. Like it is enclosed. But there aren't like window like you can see out the sides.
Okay. So if I were to get out, I would be seen.
If you climbing out of the car, you mean?
Like into
Yes.
the back seat, sorry.
If you climb into the back seat, you probably have enough cover from like the back panel of the car because it's like that like box shaped like metal
Got
kind of
it.
frame over the top. The iron coats probably won't see you unless like you moved up into like the driver's seat or the like the passenger seat.
Well, this is cliched as fuck, but Fume sneaks out of the back seat, and I think Oliver just hears a click click from behind him, like pressed against the base of his skull.
Okay. Pressing this. Do you have a weapon, or is this? I want to leave this vague for now.
Yeah, it's a gun.
It's a gun. Okay.
Yeah.
He feels a.
Never mind the
just-
fact that it's in his finger.
No, Fume is just making the clicking noise with his mouth.
I didn't know if this again. I didn't want to like spoil. Like
Nah.
it's actually just a pen. Like
No, Fume came out to fight. He is in heavy equip load.
you press the gun to the back of Oliver's head. There's a brief moment of like the car kind of like jerks for a second as he flinches.
Sorry, you're supposed to maintain a certain speed before you pop the clutch there.
Who are you?
Let's just say that we have a mutual acquaintance that I have several grievances with. Their first name starts with John, ends with Meriden.
Right.
You could say I'm one of the dissidents that don't like what's going on in the city, and I think the abduction of people is a bit of a faux pas in a dictatorship, so we are going to relieve you of your prisoner.
And why would I allow that?
Do you not value your life? That's such a weird ask in this situation.
Do you value yours?
No, why do you think I'm here? You see,
you...
don't try to bargain. I can certifiably say that I am an insane man. Win or lose, I win. So, tell the front cart to start driving off somewhere else. Or, let's see. He jingles the pistol a little bit. Do you know how many gauge balls are in a 12 gauge? 12. That's how many balls fit in the shell.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you roll here for the effectiveness of this.
And I'm going to spend stress to change that to wreck so I can say I'm wrecking his emotions, baby.
So, okay, I'm trying to get my handle around this. You're trying to convince him that you are a sole operator and that
I
you're
am
legit in the front cart taking
You're
the
legit.
prisoner.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
I love that he played the "Do you value your life" card, and then he tried to do a reversies on you, and you're like, no.
No,
Yeah.
would I
idiot!
be
Why do you
here?
think I'm pointing a gun at your head?
Do you not see the situation I'm in right now?
We think we're gonna make
Honestly,
it out of
it's
this
very
alive?
stupid to kill the person driving the vehicle you're in.
Yeah. Plus, when you have 4 armored death machines that are pursuing you right now, his mind was like, I'm in a safe position. He's not going to kill me. And then you provide a very valid argument against that.
I was about to say, but he's never met Fume. He categorically has several times.
No, he's met what's it, Francis.
Yeah. But he also can't see you right now, so he doesn't even know who you are.
Yeah.
So what are you rolling here? I was thinking.
So yeah, it's gonna have to be a command, but I'm gonna switch that over using my Rook's Gambit
Okay.
to wreck.
Okay, got it.
Please God. Okay, that works. There's a 5.
5. Okay. Oh, Oliver, I gotta decide how you're gonna play this. Okay.
Is Oliver a brave man?
Or is he a stubborn one?
I think you there's a moment of pause, and he says, I understand you may have your disagreements with Lord Meriden. Whatever your motivations are here, it's not too late to walk away.
Son, that decision was set in stone long ago when he sent his goddamn daughter to kill me.
It's a moment of pause. Says, Bertrand Faust.
If I was still teaching, I would give you an A+.
I have no means of signaling the carriage.
Drive up next to them.
Very well. Okay. Make success. I'm gonna say he will go along with this right now. There's a rumbling as the car accelerates. Salome, from your peripheral, you see like a flash of light as the vehicle, as Oliver's vehicle comes like pulling up next to yours, and you see Oliver in the front seat, gun pressed to the back of his head, Fume sitting in the back. So the two vehicles are like making at a decent clip down the street. You're like, y'all aren't like tearing ass down the road. You're going at like a decent, like, you know, pretty fast speed. But
over the noise of the vehicles, you just hear Fume going, Inspector, I would make the next right if I were you. Lest you want his pretty little head splayed across the dash.
Oliver looks over to you. Do what he says, I suppose.
Plays it up, like drawing weapons and all of that, and then we'll make the right. But also under her breath, starts talking to the other folks. We're going to need to make a swift exit from this vehicle pretty soon, I would imagine. We're gonna need to... is the only door for the cart at the back end where we got him in?
Oh, as far as like, yeah, where Melvir is currently?
Correct.
Yeah, the only entrance for that back, for the prisoner transport back of the carriage is along the back of the vehicle.
Okay. But does the transport compartment, like, does it abut right next to where the horse cart is?
Yes. Yeah.
It does. Could I have some sort of burglary gear? This one might be weird. I want to...
Burglary gear is literally a thing.
Yes.
Sheet.
Iron spikes, heavy drill, crowbar. I do want to spend some load to basically find a way, like, behind the driver to cut a hole to get in and let Melvir out. And then we're going to kind of plan to abandon the cart.
Got it. So you want to be able to pull him out the front here so that when you make
Yes.
your escape, he can come with you. Okay.
Correct.
Absolutely. So for you to do, I'm going to say you have a, well, it's you and Jackdaw. Jackdaw's a rook.
Yes.
Yeah. So the role for this is probably, unless you want to give me a argument for something else, would probably be wreck. I was gonna say you could help have Jackdaw do it, but he would be rolling with 0 dice on that. It's not something that he would be trained in either.
Yeah, and then let's see. Savage Force or carefully applied sabotage. Yeah, shit. I have a dice in rec that I got last session. From all the wrecking we've been doing. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it, and I will push myself for additional die.
Okay.
No, fuck it. I still have. No, that's helping someone else. Shit. Nope. I'm gonna push myself.
Okay.
Okay.
I will say you have the equipment, so standard effect. We'll call it risky.
It's a 3-1.
Okay. So a failure.
Uh-oh, John.
Honestly, the worst I like logically here. I'm not going to be so extreme. Be like, the carriage blows up and Melvir dies. Like, it doesn't really make sense. You're just trying to use equipment to break into the back. It wouldn't really be enough noise with the. I was thinking like Ironcoats might notice something. I think that's what makes the most sense here. I think what happens is as you are drilling this hole and beginning to I think it's a matter of like drilling a hole and then trying to like saw. And it's like the paneling here is just like wood. Most of the armor is like this reinforcement around the carriage. Oliver's vehicle has come like up beside you. As it does, and you begin to work on this, I would assume your vehicles like did you say Jackdaw like followed your like if Jackdaw's driving right now, if you're the one doing this, like are you guys moving off from
Yeah,
Fume?
we're taking the right that we were instructed to do. Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to say happens. As you begin to work on this, you begin to make some progress. One of the iron coats that is like jogging along behind notices what is happening. You see like red light begins to come on, and 2 of the iron coats break off and to begin pursuing your carriage.
Great, love it.
So we've got 2 with your carriage, 2 that are still following behind Fume in the other car.
What is driving?
I think it mostly depends on what you're trying to accomplish. By the way.
Yeah, it
There's not
depends
like
on what you're trying to do with it.
Yeah, there's not really a driving.
I mean,
It's
let me tell you the
technically
difference
finesse,
between.
handle a vehicle or a mount.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
Okay.
if it's more like, yeah, that's for, yeah, good question.
I think I'm going to whistle to Jackdaw and be like, keep at this. We're moving. And I will pull the reins from him and I'm gonna, yeah! And like, we're going on a fucking chase, brah.
Okay. All right. You begin to run from the blue coats, picking up a top speed, or from the iron coats, picking up a top speed. The others are, and Fume, you're in the car. We have so many people going so many different directions. Okay.
I'm sorry, Val. I'm gonna make it so much worse.
I'm just worried about that. All right. Do you want to do anything else here before we move back to the other group? Let's go ahead and have.
I do have one thing I want to do.
Let's go ahead and I do want to go and have Salome roll her. Let's go ahead and do this to see where this initially goes.
Okay.
pretty good at finesse, right?
I have 3 in finesse.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And risky.
That's what we need. Okay. There is a 6 there.
All right,
Okay.
I'll take it.
I'll take 652. I'll take the 6.
Okay. You begin to like stir the horses forward, begin galloping down the streets as you try to lose the iron coats, which have gone from like that jog, sort of again anatomical like human jog.
We've gone from Secret Service jog to Terminator run.
They are on all fours, fully just catapulting themselves down the street towards you. They are just scrambling after you. You are taking full speed, but you gain some distance from them. They are not able to hop onto grab onto the back of the carriage. You gain enough surprise trying to avoid them. So
Fast
full
10 is crazy.
full high-speed chase going on with Salome. We'll resolve that when we get back to Salome. Fume, you were in the back of a car. You said you were something you wanted to do.
Fume, just fucking kill his ass. Just kill.
Okay, so Fume tells Oliver to pull over.
License and registration, please.
Well,
Sir, do you know how fast you were going?
As you tell him to stop the vehicle, he decelerate. He hits the brakes. The car comes to a slow stop, kind of rumbling underneath you still.
well, now that my job is done, I can safely exit out of here. I suggest you get very far away. And he'll unclasp a couple of buttons. There is what looks like the airplane flipboard counting down from 10.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a bomb? Is that what we're saying? Or are you pretending there's a
No,
bomb?
I'm pretending there's a bomb so I can get
Okay.
him to back away, and then I'm going to steal the ride.
Steal
The fact that
Okay.
you even have to ask is...
Here's the thing. I'm just not surprised by anything anymore. I'm just trying to figure out
If
where
you
did you
have
get
to
this
ask.
bomb? All right.
It's literally just a
No, we
magnetized-
did that last job. We can't do 2 bombs in a row.
Yeah.
No, I'm faking a bomb threat.
I like this.
Oh, so we can do 2 bombs in a row, but we can't get on a train more than once. Sorry.
Okay. The flipboard is counting down from 10.
Or an appropriate number.
You got a 5 from before. You know what? I don't think you really need to roll here. I think he just gets out of the fucking car. Because you have a gun on him and you're telling him to get away from the gun. So yeah, he does that. He, as soon as you say this and show this to, I don't think there's not even a beat. I don't even think he really looks at the bomb.
The time.
I think
spent
you
so
just
much
say get
time
out of the
on
car. He's like, very well, and he just pops open the door, goes climbs out into the street, begins moving away from the vehicle. As soon as he does, he looks towards the iron coats, and he points towards the car, and he says, "There's an armed man in there. Kill him."
Funny that. Okay, I'm turning myself into a nuke.
Okay.
Oh wait, so you're turning from a fake bomb threat into a real one?
To a real bomb.
Yeah,
It's
you forget I
finally
have
happening.
my plasmic projections.
Yeah.
I could turn myself into a city block nuke.
Incredible.
Yeah. All right. You ironcoats begin to close in on the vehicle, and you begin to work on this. We're gonna cut away and come back to this here. So decide what it is.
I have
how
a funnier
much you're-
idea.
Okay. All right. Let's give Arja some time to cook on that.
Yeah, cook that one.
I'm sorry, it's instant ramen. It's done.
Dang.
We're gonna go back to North Charter Hall, where Glass and Grackle are trying to make their save. So Glass, are
On a
you
horse.
going on? You're on a horse. Are you going to try to catch up with Grackle, or are you just piecing out of this scene?
No, I'm gonna catch up with Grackle.
Okay. Grackle, you are on the rooftop. Your smash and grabs cohort is being torn to shreds by the iron coats and the spark runners that are pursuing. You said that you were going to tell them to flee.
Yeah. I did. I did say that.
You don't have to do it. I gave you time to cook. If there's something else
I
you wanna
know,
do.
I know, but to our detriment. So I want to tag a trauma.
Okay.
I'm looking at my traumas, and I've got cold, obsessed, ruthless, and secretive. And there's no way I can spin this that's in a like I'm gonna save everybody kind of way. It's really more of a I want to fucking kill all of these guys kind of way.
Okay.
So, I think that like tagging the trauma here, means that she's more focused on like violence and vengeance rather than getting away.
Okay.
So, I mean, like that's my take. It's I wish it was more nuanced than that, but
No.
like
So you have that moment where I think you like maybe there's this moment of remembering, like you have this vague memory of the old Grackle and like that instinct to like I need to protect these people, but then you look at the iron coats, the instruments of terror and control that your father has leveled upon this city, and through all the blood and the bodies that are falling, decide to take the route of revenge and violence rather than protecting your cohort.
I mean, the if this was like a show, there'd be a moment where she like stands up from having drank that guy, and she's just sort of like looking around in slow motion as the carnage is happening, and then like a body falls past her, and for a second we just see her as like young Grackle, like looking at the carnage of what happened to the crafts, and then it's just retaliation.
Okay. We'll say with that action or kind of like that moment of hesitation or taking the route of not telling them to flee, we'll give enough time for Glass on horseback. You come like ready. I won't say like you throw yourself into the middle of this scene, but as you like we're going to like intercept with like the rally point of like where the Smasher guy we're supposed to be meeting. Like you hit that street, you're about to turn one direction to where you were going to meet them, but you hear commotion going on to the other side. As you look, you see Smash and Grab's crew under heavy fire from the blue coats, with Grackle up on the roof, like holding a corpse in one hand, looking down on this carnage. So I'll say for either of you, if there's something you want to do.
I am gonna call out just once. Jack? If we're gonna go, we need to go now.
Then go. And then it's time for violence.
Okay. What do you want to do? Or either one of you? And
I'm
again,
gonna-
you have your cohort that's in a lot of danger, and then you have, presumably each of you wants to escape. So
I'm gonna tap a trauma here.
okay.
Wait, no! We can't both be dysfunctional! Somebody's gotta wear the hat!
Well, it's on your head right now.
God damn it.
You both add a new trauma code.
Aha, tricked you.
So
It's really good. Whereas I think maybe last time this happened, Glass would have left. I don't think that is the case anymore. And Jackdaw can say I told you so all you want, but I'm going to tag soft. And I don't think... Glass is having a hard time. And I think is going to charge in. Buttercup's a ghost, so I'm just hoping she'll be okay. But I'm going to put us at least in between the gunfire and smash and grab and tell them to go.
Okay. You're going to command your cohort to retreat?
I'm going to tell them to go, yeah.
All right. I will... You can do this a couple of ways, but this will require a roll.
I have command.
Okay.
I do have 3 in command now.
All right.
So I think I'll do that.
Let's do that.
So I think, yeah, Grackle says, what do you say? Then go.
Yeah, then go.
Fucking hell. I'm gonna charge through, blocking, smash and grab. Take who you can. Get out.
Let's do risky standard.
Because Glass is the one that got them all whipped up into a frenzy to fight this battle in the first place. Four.
Ugh, those 4s are gonna kill us, you guys. The
4.
number of death.
Do I get
4,
anything
okay.
from using my trauma?
XP.
Yay!
Later.
We'll see if I survive. It's fine. I'm okay with this.
Screams and the sounds of gunfire and blades and the iron coats like pushing forward these juggernauts that your crew is trying to take up, but they are not equipped to. They're just trying to keep the defensive, trying to protect Grackle. Smash and grab, looking up towards the roof, trying to figure out what the fuck Grackle is doing right now. You come riding in on Buttercup. Smash and her brother Grab standing there, kind of like firing out towards the blue coats. What do you say?
Get as many people into the sewers as you can. We cannot all die here.
There's screaming as another one of the cohort like cut down. Smash looks at you and says, what are you gonna do?
What do I do best? Cause a scene.
Right. All right. Retreat. Grab. Get them. We're getting out of here. Grab grunts, turns. Gunshot.
No!
Staggers forward. Turns around to face his sister as you see blood pooling across his chest. And his eyes go blank as he falls back onto the cobblestones. Smash screams, moves forward towards her brother, or grabs him by the collar, looks to the others and says, grab him, get out of here. They begin to grab his body and begin to pull it down the street as the others begin to retreat. I'm going to give one more harm to your cohort, but with a 4, the remaining scramble away from this carnage. They will not be able to get far unless the 2 of you do something, though, because there are only 2 of you here. There's a lot of people, so.
Well, I'm doing a whole lot of killing on the other side. I'm
Okay.
killing the other guys
Then I'm gonna
as much as possible.
I'm gonna go ahead and have you do your thing then to try to draw the attention away from your fleeing cohort. So they are at broken right now.
Where are we? Where we are? We're risky standard.
We'll say risky standard for this.
All right, I'm pushing myself for this one
Okay.
because I want him dead. I want to, instead of adding dice, I want to raise the effect.
Okay.
We never do this.
Yeah.
I'm raising
but
the
that's-
effect.
That's good here, considering the odds you're going up against. Okay. So, push you to great effect.
Yeah. Risky, great, normal. Send it. It's a 6.
And so I started blasting.
Okay.
So she's tossed the guns back to smash and grab. So now she's just up on the roof with like nothing but her fists. And I think that she like punches a guy and like takes his gun and just starts.
Yeah, one of the spark runners gets a little too close, and you just like grab him out of the air, ripping him down, tossing him off the side of the building as you take his gun and begin to fire towards the other spark runners that are still zipping through the air, thinning their numbers and drawing their attention towards you. Smash and grab retreating. Okay. You have given them enough cover to get away safely, and are drawing the attention of this this conflict towards you. One of the iron coats from the ground, Grackle, looks up in like its attention, like moving up towards you away from the fleeing crew. It holds up one of its metallic arms, and you see like fingers folding backwards as this red energy begins to like charge up through it. This blast of lightning is shot in your direction. You are going to take harm unless you would like to resist.
Can I intervene?
If you'd like.
I want to participate.
How are you intervening?
Can I do something, since I've sent them away, and Glass now has a decision to make, and it's go with them or stay with Grackle, and I want to do something I've never done before, as I see this thing raise its
Hit
hand.
by lightning on purpose.
Hey! hey!
I feel
Whoa.
like.
Oh, wait now.
Okay,
hey.
okay. All right, okay. Just checking.
That was
When is Glass gonna yell Shazam? Just wondering.
Shazam. I'm saving it. I'm saving it for the finale. No,
Okay.
Glass makes a decision. And I'm gonna do something I've never done before. And I'm gonna take out a gun.
Yeah!
I'm gonna shoot it.
Oh my god, this is how I die.
I think it's gonna be awesome if I succeed. It's gonna be awesome if I fail.
Okay, there are a couple ways mechanically we can flavor this. So Grackle's about to take a harm.
Can I pick up the gun that Grab dropped?
Yes, yeah. You can grab a weapon
It's all
off
very
the ground.
dramatic.
Mhm. You pick up
hands
Grab's
shaking.
gun, blood staining the handle. So you have a couple of options here, and here are the options I'm going to lay out to you. You can make an attack against this iron coat, just this full send, like normal. Grackle still has to do something, either take the harm or roll to resist it. You can try to protect, in which case you take the harm, or can choose to roll to resist yourself. I know you're very low on stress, though.
I will have to take
Really?
the harm.
I would really rather you didn't. I have so much harm and so much stress that I could do it myself.
I'm just, you Grackle can do it. I'm
Okay.
just,
I mean,
I'm
it's,
just gonna shoot it.
I mean, I understand it from a narrative perspective,
yeah.
but mechanically, I can take it.
I'll let her this one time.
Absolutely do this then.
I'll let her.
So I need to know. So you're going to do a skirmish.
I guess.
Um,
Is that what gun is?
I mean, again, gun could be a.
Gosh, it
depends on
really
how-
depends.
In our entire
Skirmish is
run, I've
like
ever
short
shot.
range fighting, and hunt is like long range sniping.
Yeah.
So
I don't imagine I'm that far away.
So if you want to do hunt instead, or so if you want to stick with like getting up close to attack this thing.
Oh yes, no, I would. I have 2 in skirmish.
Got it.
Unless I can.
Okay.
Unless.
I would
Unless it doesn't
allow-
see me coming.
then it'd be so ambush with close violence is a prowl. If you are trying to,
That's what I want.
Creep
I
up
will.
on him.
I will say, because you are new to this situation right now, if you want to say that you kind of rush in and try to ambush this thing, then I will allow you to do prowl for this roll. After the first one, then you really can't
I
can't
think
keep
that's
using prowl.
fair.
I'm
Well,
assisting on this roll because I'm distracting it.
Okay.
and I have 4 in prowl,
Okay.
so I would like to push the effect up. I would like to put this
Yeah.
greater effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like Grackle taught me to do, is to shoot a gun, but good.
Okay.
You just do it good this time. It's hard when you're on a horse.
You are gonna hear the gunshot before you see who's holding the gun.
Okay. That makes sense.
All right. The first time I've shot anyone.
Ay.
I don't. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
You're riding a horse, you're shooting a gun. I'm taught you well. Now you can take over and I can finally retire.
I'm really scared to look at them.
What is this noise?
I
Is this
rolled
a happy noise?
2 1s
Oh,
and 2 6s.
Oh man.
I think I
see.
just had a heart attack.
So they cancel out, right? That's how that
Yeah.
works.
So nothing happens.
So nothing happens.
The
Click,
gun
the gun's
jams.
empty.
Okay. Are you still in the back of Buttercup?
I guess. Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Okay.
Wings said I
This
could
is
use the horse's time, so I'm gonna get all I can out of it.
This is the
It's a
visual
ghost
that-
horse. I can't see why.
Yeah, this is the visual that I have. You feel free to add to this if you'd like. Is that
Sure.
after commanding Smash and Grab's group to leave, Grab is shot, body dragged away. The remaining cohort fleeing. You stir Buttercup forward. You lean down in the saddle to scoop the gun off of the ground. Blood dripping down your forearm as you steady it in the direction of this iron coat. You
Big
see
hands shaking.
it reaches up, red lightning charging as it fires towards the rooftop. Just as it does, in that recoil, you see like this, like the apparatus around its chest kind of opens to vent, like that energy, like there is this like the thermodynamic like transfer of energy, this heat on its core after it fires this shot. You see the core in the chest of this iron coat. As you steady yourself back onto the horse, wheel around in front of this iron coat, it begins to turn its head towards you as you fire the pistol straight into the smoking core at the center of its body. It shatters from the impact, lightning cascading outwards as you continue to ride past with Buttercup, the iron coat sparking, exploding into pieces that rain down behind you as you continue to ride. That iron coat is destroyed. Grackle,
You
Are you
look
gonna
down
take
and
a
you
har-
see.
you're so this harm is
I'm gonna resist the harm.
I was gonna suggest that.
I was hoping you'd say
Uh,
that.
Oh, okay. How bad is it? How bad is it, Doc?
So
How long do I have?
this would be a potent attack against you.
Oh, no.
If it hit, this is an arcane attack. This has the ability to destroy you.
Oh no, his favorite enemy is vampires.
Motherfucker, you're supposed to take me alive. You're bad at this.
This
Never
would have
send
been
a
a level.
robot to do a
This would have been a
job.
level 3 harm, but again, it is a potent attack against you.
Okay. All right.
So-
okay. In what sort of resistance roll is this?
This would be prowess.
Prowess. I can do that.
I
I'm going
believe.
to roll it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do it. A 5.
Okay.
So I take 1 stress.
Take 1 stress as you dodge out of the way. The lightning cannon strikes the roof behind you, exploding. The roof catches flames from the blast as more shingles and tiles rain down onto you and the street below.
From down below. Jack, get on the fucking horse, or I'll shoot you myself. I am not gonna watch you die a second time.
Jack's going to look around. Is there anybody else to kill?
I mean, there are
We-
more people showing up by the second.
I'm gonna see if this
plenty
one
of people
gets
to kill.
through. They're dying down here for you.
I think Grackle, like the emotionless facade breaks for just a second. She gives you the most furious look. And she just whistles and Buttercup comes to her.
Okay.
Good. I prefer Grackle pissed to
When she-
indifferent.
When she hops on, she takes the reins.
You leap down Princess Bride style onto the back of this horse, landing atop Buttercup, also aptly named with this Princess Bride metaphor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, how
mostly
nice.
bad.
I let her take control. She's pissed now, which
okay.
honestly is kind of what I wanted, because now she'll do what I say out of
Then if
anger
you
or
were-
spite.
If you are trying to flee and get away, then we can do one more roll to try to fill out this progress clock to escape.
Okay, we're doing that. I believe we've been using command for Buttercup because she's my cohort.
Yeah, yes. So we could do command for Buttercup. You could also do finesse for a
for
mount.
riding a mount. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm doing a command.
Okay.
We cannot fail at this, so I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
Versus standard.
I can do nothing for you.
Do not.
Wow.
Lots of
That's a
fives.
lot of fives.
That's
Okay.
a lot of fun. Would it kill you to give me a 6?
It's a mixed success, but it is enough to clear it out. So I'm going to give one more thing to this group before we go up to resolve the other side.
Yeah,
of
you
the
hadn't
city.
had enough fun with this one?
Oy.
The two of you stir Buttercup forward, running down the cobblestone streets, losing the iron coats in the skirmish behind you. Most of the spark runners killed by either Grackle or some of your cohort.
As soon as Grackle, I was imagining Grackle had like reached around Glass and just grabbed her
Yeah.
reins and we're just going.
Yeah,
So I
no,
think
she's got the wingspan to do that.
Glass finally takes a breath and I think just like slumps back and is like on the verge of passing out.
As Glass begins to slump against you, Grackle beginning to lose consciousness, you ride down the streets heading towards the escape route that was planned. You see kind of hovering overhead, spotlights like searching the street in front of you. One of them catches you as on horseback. You're galloping forward. You see this coil gun begins to fire, exploding segments of the street with each strike as this Gatling fire begins to pursue after you. As you're making the last stretch towards the tunnel of your escape.
Don't worry, it's that non-lethal Gatling fire.
Yeah.
It's the stormtrooper Gatling fire.
Oh
You know,
god,
they're
my shirt's
command-
red. My shirt's red.
They're commanded not to kill you. They are commanded to whiff.
It's not a Gatling gun, it's a Gatlin gun.
Yeah.
It's the fun,
off-brand.
the fun country version.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's what I'm offering. Here's what's going to happen. One person on this horse, including the horse, will take a level 4 harm,
Jesus fuck.
or you can roll, or that person can roll to resist. And I will
4
let you
kills
decide
you.
who. Yeah.
This kills.
I reach back and I grab Grackle by the back of the neck and I shove her head down.
You want to do the resist?
Yep.
For death? Okay. Well, I'm gonna protect you.
I was like, no, we're gonna.
I joked about this last week.
Yeah.
We're literally doing
We're
What
doing
it.
is a lot of just like folding over on each
Yes,
other?
yes,
We're
like,
doing
yes.
it.
Just like,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. So if this is the situation, y'all can decide how
We're
you
just
want
trying to keep each other alive.
So Glass decides. So you're gonna take. So this is focused on Glass. Glass, you are
Yes.
beginning to do the result roll to resist, but Grackle wants to do the protect instead to take the harm and then roll to resist it instead.
Yes.
Yes, and
Yes.
I'll let her have
that is what is happening.
I'll let her have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
All right.
I just wanted it to be known that Glass made the effort, but I will gladly let Wings take it
I swear to God. Okay.
because I fear if I don't, she might fly all the way up here to Missouri and kill me.
I will grow wings and I will,
You will turn
fly there.
into a crow.
They don't
All right.
call me Wings for nothing.
This is gonna be
All right,
another prowess resist.
Another prowess. I used to be
Prowess.
extra good at this, but then I left
Took an
that
arrow.
one.
God, you went ahead and died, didn't you?
Yeah, I left
to-
that skill behind like 2 bodies ago.
Had to just fuck around and get stabbed.
It really was a bad time not to have that one. Okay, prowess roll. Bing bong.
There's that 5 again, baby.
It's another 5. So you only take
I'll take it.
1 stress.
Yay, I don't die.
As you,
I feel like Glass, like, you know, like starts trying to like push themselves up to like, you know, interfere, and then Grackle just shoves them back down, like presses them onto the
Yeah,
horse, like fucking no.
Even at full strength, Glass couldn't win that fight, and I think they just like it's just limp. There's nothing. I just expended basically all of my stress over the course of like
She's
60
already
seconds.
angry.
Good.
as you push Glass down, you pull the reins on Buttercup to the side, just narrowly missing this fire. As it strikes overhead, obliterating the street in front of you. Dust, cobblestone, debris, smoking around you, and as it clears, the two of you have disappeared, vanishing from sight and from the spotlights pursuing you from the Hyperion above.
Hey, we almost pulled a jackdaw.
Almost.
Almost.
Two of you are safe. We're going to cut back to the other two. I think we'll take our break first. And then see how Fume and Salome get out of their situation.
My hands are actually shaking a little bit. I got very nervous. I got really nervous.
So Salome in a carriage being pursued by two ironcoats with Jackdaw at her side. Fume in a car with two ironcoats closing in and a fake bomb on his chest.
Grackling Glass on a horse.
All I know is that if we don't get Melvir back, Salome's gonna be really sad.
She's gonna be really pissed. Like, what was this for?
All right. We will go and take a break here, y'all. This has been action-packed.
I'm sweaty.
Get ready
Everyone,
for an actual car chase. Yes.
yep. Everyone out there watching, go do break stuff. Follow example. Go get some water. Have a snack. Whatever you need to do. We'll be back here real soon. Until then, stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We got into some wild conversations. We are.
I
The
do not feel
energy-
relaxed.
Look, I just took more Sudafed, all right? That's my excuse. What are y'all's?
I was
mental
possessed by the
illness.
lantern.
By the lantern, yep. All right. So, picking back up where we left off, Glass and Grackle have escaped along with most of your cohort. We have dealt with that situation. Salome and Fume making their respective escapes currently. Let's start. God, I get worried if I go to Fume because I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if I should start with Fume because it might have drastic consequences on the fate of this city as an entirety, or if I should start with Salome because Fume's is gonna.
I can confidently say that the damage to the city will be minimum.
Okay,
I am
Let's
not
see
going
what-
nuclear
I
here.
just
let's see what Fume
would
does.
like to know if Fume's definition of minimum is different than the rest of ours.
Yeah, let's see what Fume's up to. So Fume, you are in the back of this car. Two iron coats approaching as Oliver is getting some distance from what is going on. So you hear these automatons approaching the sides of the vehicle. What do you do?
It is a slow, like, pan downward to the roof of the car as you hear. So my name is Bertrand Faust, and I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation. You see, I've been working with a group of dissenters who wish to make a name for themselves within the city, and I believe that we have. Now, this is an extremely dangerous situation, and I might not get out of this one unscathed, but at the very least, you can always shoot your shot. Fume caps Oliver in the knees with a pistol shot.
Finally, someone else is getting shot in the leg.
Okay, you're gonna shoot. Are you stepping out of the car? Or are you like?
He's leaning his gun arm out the window and then firing.
Okay, all right. That's how we're starting this. So let's do that. Uh, you, Oliver, is backing away from the car. You draw your pistol and fire at him. Go ahead and oof. What do we call this?
Skirmish?
He's
Brawl,
still pretty
wrestle?
close. Yeah, I'm fine with going with skirmish.
Okay.
Assault or hold a position.
Oh, I'm going to have to push myself to increase the effect from limited to standard.
Oh, okay. So you have a
Lessened effect, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Sorry, I forgot about that earlier.
Okay. So risky standard.
Actually, I could also just add another stress for that here. Okay, cool. So, I was kidding about it being like a shotgun shell in there, but with a crit, I think he's losing his shins.
Okay.
Oh, what does he need those for?
All right. You
I imagine it's the pistol that's being held out. Oliver's looking at it, and there are paneling that pops out the side of the arms, and two more guns extend out of them.
okay. You but you're specifically firing at his legs, not
Yeah, at
at
his legs.
Okay. You fire your guns. The spray of blood as it paints the cobblestones behind Oliver as he screams in pain, falling to the ground, missing one of his legs. As you have just blown off his leg at the knee. Blood pooling underneath him as he yells in pain.
The crowd hears Fume yell, "Pain is what makes us human, Oliver!" as he hops into the cab and kicks it into drive.
All right, you are gonna drive away.
Yes.
Okay. This is interesting because they're not just gonna leave Oliver there.
I know, but I want to pull.
Um,
Oh, yeah, that's true. I was trying to pull people away from the rest of the group, but hey.
Yeah, well, so yeah, you're too far from everything else going on, but
Okay.
you have two iron coats with you. I think one is definitely staying there to protect Oliver. Other is pursuing you as you flee. So we're moving into now two concurrent chase scenes. Fume being pursued by one iron coat in a car, while Salome and Jackdaw are being pursued by two in a carriage. All right. Salome, you succeeded on your first finesse roll to get away from this iron coat. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start 2 clocks, one for each of you, to
Okay.
escape from this from these iron coats.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do the blue one is going to be for, which y'all can't see the colors yet, but this one, we'll just do them about the same. I'll just remember which one's which. So one on the left is going to be for Salome, one on the right is going to be for Fume. Salome, what'd you roll in your first finesse?
I got
Was
a
it
6.
You got a 6? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some progress on that. All right. So Salome, you are in this carriage. You could get away here if you roll well enough, but you are gaining some distance from these iron coats who are, again, on all fours pursuing you predatorily across the city streets. Like, you take a tight corner, you watch as one of the iron coats like leaps up and begins to just like clamber along the wall of this building on the side of the street, just like smashing windows and pulling hangings off of the wall as it pursues. The other one tearing at the stonework as it's running along behind you.
Ineffectively yelling like "Look out!" to passersby. At this point, panic is probably good.
Yeah.
People need to see this shit, and the fact that it is these guys pursuing what looks like a police vehicle, even better. Like, let's put the fear of God in these people. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, that's definitely even leaves some confused citizens in Charter Hall here. Okay, so do you want to? Is there anything? What do you want to do here? Is just continue to drive, or is there something else?
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think we're gonna continue to try to keep this little bit of distance that we have going. I'm gonna ask Jackdaw and the boys that I've got with me to continue to try to make that hole in there, just in case we can't outrun these guys and we need to just pull Milfear out of there to safety.
Okay.
But I mean, if we can get away straight up, then we're just gonna pull over, hide somewhere, and just get Melver out of there.
Yeah, which you could do if you roll well enough.
Yeah.
So let's do. I guess it'd be another finesse.
Okay.
For just driving good.
Drive good.
Again, we'll call it risky standard.
Okay. That's a 6.
As a 6, that is another 3 ticks. So you are able to, with the distance that you have and trying to get as much of a straightaway as possible to avoid having to make any turns and slowing down. Are you still trying to head towards Coleridge, or is there something specific you're trying to get to?
No, I think we kind of got thrown off, and Salome is staying in character. So she was supposed to pick up this prisoner, right? And then somebody came after one of her higher-ups that already gave her a hard time with a gun to their head and then said, turn right. So she did, and then these probably faulty ironcoats just started chasing her too. So she's fully staying in character and being like, everything is nuts. And if anyone tries to question me about this is not my fault. I'm doing my job. AKA just going, taking these assholes on a wild goose chase so we can hide.
Okay. So you're more finding a place to hide in Charter Hall once you get enough distance, and then you will make your way on foot. You're not trying to like blow through one of the checkpoints.
No,
Okay.
we're gonna go underground as soon as we get these guys off our tail.
Okay. Yeah, you gain enough distance, causing enough of a commotion as people come out into the streets. The Ironcoats get kind of like tangled up in all of that, trying to pursue you. You're able to get far enough. Jackdaw is able to pry open kind of most of the way is like sawed open an opening for Melvir. Uses his vampiric strength to rip the rest of it off the side, tearing open this hole in the side. He climbs in, uncuffs Melvir, pulls him out into the front as you are going over, like reaching the straightaway. The Ironcoat's behind you. You're reaching a little canal, this thoroughfare, like small bridge that goes under the street. Jackdaw looks at it, looks back to you, and says, "Let's bail."
Hold on, old man.
Grabs onto Melvir and Jackdaw and with Melvir under his arm, leaps off the side of the wagon as you leap off the other, both of you going over the sides of the bridge, landing in the canal as the carriage continues to rumble down the city street. You hear as you come up from the water, this murky kind of oil residue, duskfall street water. You hear above you this of the Ironcoats as they cross the bridge, missing you. You hear crashing in the distance, the whinnying of horses as they come to a stop after the carriage flips over around a corner, no longer having a driver. The Ironcoats pursuing in the distance, Jackdaw, and you swim off, finding a tunnel, getting underground, and beginning to make your way back to the jewelry box. 3 out of 4 safe. Fume.
And we have Melvir, yeah.
And you have Melvir.
How's he
hey, everyone.
doing, by the way? He okay?
He's scared,
Okay.
but he's
Yeah.
okay.
He's healthy. Okay.
Fume, if you blow up a square again,
Oh no, this is where I reveal I'm playing Melvir from here on out.
I'm gonna be
Takes
so
off the mask.
angry.
Oh, hello, everyone. Hello.
So you have one Ironcoat pursuing you as you are trying to escape in this vehicle. So again, same thing as Salome. You have a clock that you have to fill in order to successfully get away. How you do that is up to you.
Does this car... Well, if I keep my foot on the gas during a straightaway, it'll just keep going, correct?
Yes, that's how cars work.
I would like to roll some tinkering to see if I can't overclock the car to go faster.
Okay, you wanna
Nitros.
You wanna get some NOS going.
Get some real horsepower.
Okay. Yes, you can do that.
Push myself for standard. Yeah, that's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. I will give you 3 ticks there as you are able to I imagine you're almost like plugging yourself into the car. Like you rip off the board, the front, like next to the like the panel at the front of the car.
Jams his right hand into it and it starts glowing as he's like
Yeah.
feeding electroplasm into it.
Yeah, as you feed, like you feel this drain through your body as you're feeding the engine, which means you begin to speed up, going from a hefty like 20 miles an hour to like a 35 mile an hour speed.
Hey,
down the
it's a
streets.
school zone. I'm speeding.
Yeah. You begin to gain some distance from this Ironcoat as you do. With his full success, you're good. The Ironcoat continuing to pursue behind you. Again, you take some corners. It's like busting through some walls, tearing up the street, complete disregard for anything around it, as his sole focus is just to catch you.
I would have to pass a checkpoint to get into Dunslow, right? Or wait,
Yes.
where is the?
You're in Charter Hall right now, so
Okay, the
We-
prison is in Char Hollow or Dunslow?
the Ironhook prison is in Dunslow.
Yeah. Okay.
But you'd have to go through a checkpoint into Coleridge, across the bridge into Dunslow.
Okay. No bedlam tonight then. I'm not gonna crash their checkpoint to do that.
Okay. So what do you do?
Fume is going to take another corner, just jam the throttle down, and tuck and roll out of the car and hope to like line zip into an alley as a diversion,
Okay.
like using the car to as it's speeding down as a diversion.
Okay, so probably prowl for this. I'm thinking.
Yeah. Who? Okay. Okay. Push for standard, and then this. Okay. 5.
5. Okay. Rather than extending the chase, I'm going to say you take some damage from jumping out of the car. Yeah, you pin down the accelerator as you turn this corner, losing enough a breaking line of sight with the iron coat that's pursuing you. You jump out of the vehicle. You feel a crunch as you do. Some of your I'm gonna say you hit your shoulder.
The same fucking arm.
Yeah, the same arm hits the ground and fully snaps. Does I'm gonna give you a level 2 harm for broken arm as you hit
I
the
imagine
ground.
it's a patch job, which is why it's that same arm again.
Yep. Your arm snaps in half as you hit the pavement, rolling into an alleyway. You scramble just in time out of sight as same as Salome, you hear, or you actually see as you're kind of pinning against the wall, Ironcoat pursuing down the street. Unlike the carriage, though, horses don't this car is not going to stop for anything except for a sudden impact. So in the distance you just hear a horrendous crashing noise as this car probably goes plowing into someone's living room. Go around the corner to check.
Oops.
You duck out of sight.
Your turn to mysteriously send a widow some money.
Yep.
It's okay, we have a fund going. Fume lifts up a grate of a manhole, slips in, and just is holding his arm together as he'll use the sewers to navigate back.
You navigate back. I think that concludes the action of this. We are going to put on some more.
Good, because I don't think I can take much more.
And we'll say
Whew.
over the
This is about to
next,
turn into a prison riot.
probably the first ones to make it back to the jewelry box are Glass and Grackle. The two of you see Smash and Grab's crew kind of gathered outside, like most of the cohort kind of meandering around out. You push in, you see Smash sitting at the bar. Laying on top of the bar is the body of Grab, dead, heartstone still intact and pulsing in his chest, but body no longer able to function.
I think Glass just looks like haggard. The hair turned white, and this time I don't think it's going away as quickly. I think it's still. I did a lot of stress in a very short period of time.
Smash's back is to you as you enter. She doesn't get up a turn around. You see some of the other crew like looks over and gives a nod at the two of you, saying you're all right.
Who is she?
They just shakes their head, just like doesn't say anything, but you get the impression like give her space.
Just gonna collapse on the first couch I can find.
Grackle, do you post up somewhere?
Yeah, I think oddly enough, she just goes to her normal corner. And like her face is like twisted up, in this scowl. And like it's very clearly she's like thinking about something.
Okay.
Do you want to talk, or should we wait for everyone to get back?
We should wait.
A little while later, we'll say Fume and Salome, you're able to like you stumble across each other in Crow's Foot with Melvir and Jackdaw after making your way across the canal. You make it to why did my music change? This is too peppy. There we go. You make it back to the jewelry box at the same time, same group. You come inside to a very somber scene as, for the first time, two of you see that Grab has been killed. You see many, many wounded members of their, like, there's a lot fewer of them, and pretty much everyone that's there is wounded in some way. Gunshots, scrapes, broken bones.
From the couch, holding a bottle of whiskey, drinking out of it. Dear God, please tell me you've got the doctor with you.
Yes.
Melvir stumbles in behind them. The rest of Jackdaw's crew, who were unscathed from everything, are kind of like filter in on their time. Most of them were still at Charter Hall.
Fume to Jackdaw. How many of your people have medical knowledge?
Other than some first aid, not much.
Can they do what they can?
See how they can help. Kind of eyes over towards Grab's body and turns out and leaves the room.
Fume will turn to Melvir. I know it's been a lot, but we might need your help here.
You saved my life. I don't really know how else to say thank you, but yes, I kind of looks over to the corner and sees Grackle there. Have you interacted with Melvir since? I think,
He has not seen her since she died.
yeah. Because he didn't. Did he even know you had died and become a ghost?
No.
We didn't
Okay.
know
No.
shit.
We have been like zero contact
Okay.
since we rescued him the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had to go underground.
So
yeah.
to him,
Yeah. way.
like
he sees you in the corner, has no immediate reason to be worried about you right now, just sees you're okay, doesn't really know what happened, just knows you went to rescue him and sees all the carnage and like there was clearly some sort of fight, but he has no context for everything that's just happened just now. But he just nods, says, right, I'll get to work. Do you have some equipment I can borrow?
Downstairs, you know where it is.
We'll fill you in later.
Fume, if you'll help me triage, figure out who needs my immediate help. Kind of glances over at Grab's body again and sees that there's nothing really he can do there and
I'll handle
gets
that.
to work.
Salome's gonna go up to Smash and just kind of be there for a second and just sort of say quietly to her, I'd like to bring him upstairs. If that's all right with you.
She her hand is just kind of planted on a whiskey bottle in front of her, and she takes a swig from it. She says,
You can take
"Why?"
the bottle with you.
It's inconvenient having him down here.
No. Not at all. I know you're not leaving him anytime soon.
Just like 1,000-yard stare, kind of like over his body. She says, "We love sitting here at this bar. Figure we'll stay here a bit longer."
All right. Stay as long as you'd like.
Takes another swig.
Turn to one of the other people on the crew. You get her whatever she needs. Whatever she needs.
They all nod. Most of them keeping a good distance. The others, you can see, kind of a bit closer to her, pull up a stool, sit next to her. I mean, their crew is, again, like
They
a
have
little
a different vibe.
They've
Yeah.
got a whole subsidiary. Like,
Yeah.
most of them have known each other as long as any of you have known each other.
Exactly.
So they
Not
kinda
everyone
move in.
does a unity den, so there's no
Yeah.
expectation of that. So, but just
Yeah,
reiterating, you fucking take care of her, okay?
Can I catch one of them as they walk by?
You can.
Like-
I'm going to give Salome one other thing too. You see as she's sitting there, like the only, like, again, 1,000-yard stare, takes a swig. One thing that happens that you catch, eyes dart to the corner of the room on the Grackle. You see just this like vitriol behind them, just this like white hot rage. She like stamps it down, goes back to staring at the back of the bar.
Noted.
You can catch one of them, yes.
Watch her for me, will you?
Right. We will.
When she's ready, tell her to come to me.
Just gives a nod. They head back over towards her.
I think there's actually a clatter of medical supplies. Like, Fume actually did finally see that there is grab on the bar.
Yeah.
It's that moment of, like, horrified realization. And then he stamps that down because there are people dying.
Yeah, I think like that little bit of a clatter, like, I think brings Smash out of it for a second. She sees you, and
Exchange a look like,
yeah, there's no emotion behind it. She looks at you. There's that moment of like recognition that that connection of like you get it, like, because you've known, given how much long you've known them for.
it is the saddest, most tired, this man has 80 years of experience under his belt kind of eyes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I also realized, and I'm gonna go to retcon this because I got it wrong. I've had their names reversed. Smash is the because I
Brother.
was pulling it up because I was like,
Yeah, I was
Smash is the
thinking-
brother. Crab is
I've
the sister.
never remembered which one is which.
I got it. I got
Me
it
either.
fucked up. But
So who's dead?
So Smash.
Smash
The
is
brother.
is dead.
Smash.
Smash is dead.
Grab is
Yes.
Grab the sister.
Grab is alive.
Is not.
Right.
I pulled it up because it kept hitting me every time I was saying the name, and then
Yeah, 'cause
I
I was
I
like-
need to go into my notes. I got this wrong.
Because I remember Smash being the big one, because he
Yeah.
smashed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he smashed, she grabbed.
I got it. I got it backwards. That's on me. So we're gonna fix that
That's
right now
okay.
before we get too far. So
Okay.
Smash dead. Grab.
I have-
alive.
I have a mnemonic now. I can do it.
All right.
We need to talk.
Talking to the group.
Yeah. Just I think like quietly to, but Salome, if Salome's right there. The four of us need to talk. Sooner rather than later. I think Melva's got this in hand.
Can't hear you, Sid.
I cannot hear you.
Let's go upstairs. Sorry, I can't faux whisper in my state. So whispering. Yeah, let's go upstairs.
We'll just look at Fume. Head nod toward the stairs.
Puts a green tag on someone and claps them behind the head because a little splinter that will follow upwards.
But it hurts.
Call me when it gets infected.
Crab just shoots him.
Honestly, I wouldn't be too pissed
Honestly,
either.
Now you're hurt.
I would not blame her.
It's very much like, I'll give you something to cry about.
Cry.
Oh, for sure.
She just shoots him in the foot and says, "Get to the back of the line."
Shoots her in the foot and then waits for the guy in the heavy plate with the syringe gun to walk up and shoot him again. That was a tactic back in Siege. Sorry.
Yeah.
Grackle, we're going
All
upstairs.
right. So
Should
the
we
four
go?
of you head upstairs. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she'll nod at Glass. But I think that they would notice in particular that like she's managed to get that rage back under control. Like the blank mask is back. And she's been staring at Melvir, but she nods affirmation.
If you're going to be angry with someone, I suggest you take it out on me.
It wasn't your call, was it?
Which one?
We better talk about this upstairs.
Four of you head upstairs. Head into Salome's room.
It's probably the biggest one.
Got the most seating. Yeah.
I'll shut the door.
Pulls out the port, the whiskey. Pours drinks.
Well, I'd consider that a success.
What happened?
The Baron happened. Steiner shot him. Dead on. Between the eyes. And he got back up. Like it
So
never
he's a
happened.
hoe.
No, he's something else. He's healing. Yes, from a Steiner rifle shot to the fucking head. Like it never happened.
I reckon he knows that he's got a sniper on Overwatch that ain't me.
If he didn't before, he certainly does now.
He also knows I'm not human.
How does he know that?
She just kind of gives like a nod, shrug. Like, how do you think?
Grackle's taken to feeding in the streets.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I cause a commotion?
No, simply stating a fact. We need all the information on the table if we're going to figure out what to do with it. And the Baron knowing what you are, valuable information.
And so is us, knowing what he is.
I think we need to pull Steiner back.
Certain that he also noticed, even at a great distance, that his perfect shot somehow did nothing. So we'll get a message out to him. So, pulls out the registering board. Starts going to work. So he isn't human.
Not anymore.
Or machine. Something else.
Something else.
Who wants to bet the Dimmer sisters had something to do with that?
I know for a fact they did.
Might also be something of the hull that Belphegor
Elphegor.
Belphegor commissioned the Baron to make.
I watched his skin knit itself back together like nothing had ever happened. Even I can't do that.
What are the chances we can give Belphegor the same treatment we gave the Dimmer sisters?
I'm sorry, you want to just kill a demon?
I reckon I have to.
I think we need more information first. And we're going to have to do something about Smash.
I can take care of it.
His heartstone's intact.
It's whatever Grab wants to do, alright?
They're keeping an eye on her, and she knows to come to us when she's ready.
I think it's gonna be hard to be playing Mad Doctor while we're at war.
Then we need to end the war. And this was a great step towards doing so.
From where I'm standing, it was a mighty step back.
Grackle, if you have something you want to say, just say it.
This was a mistake. We should have just let him take me.
You and I both know no one is going to do that.
Well, he should have.
And we
Would have
didn't.
been the right move. It would have been the right move.
Well, perhaps what you think is the right move is not the only opinion that matters. We made this decision as a team. You know what? Fine. Be angry. Because I'll take angry over whatever you've been the last few weeks.
Genuine curiosity. Above board, above table. What was your plan after getting captured?
I didn't have a plan. That's usually what I use y'all for.
Oh, and then we act, and you don't like how we do it.
he wouldn't have killed me.
You don't know that.
He wanted to talk. I do know that.
If
No.
he wanted to talk, he could have done so where you were. He wanted something else.
You are never going to be what he wants you to be. You know that. He knows that. We all know that. And eventually, his patience is going to run out, and he's going to put a bullet in you, and it's going to be permanent.
It's not about me being what he wants me to be. It was about buying time. Time for you to save Melvier. Time
And we did.
for
We did.
Steiner to finish getting the intel that he needed. Time for you guys to finish planning your attack.
We planned an attack.
And now we've tipped our hand. And he knows about Steiner. He knows about me. And how many of our men are dead?
And would you have us just sit here and wait for him to come for us? Because he's going to.
He's gonna come for us regardless.
Then what
It
could
was
you
the wrong-
possibly have to be angry about right now?
I'm not angry, I'm right.
No, you're not. And that's a problem. There's no black and white here, Grackle. There's no right and wrong. There is us and them. That is all that we have. You can sit here. I can't think of another phrase that would fit in this universe for Monday morning quarterbacking. But imagine I've said something pertinent. You can sit here and look back in hindsight all you want. You can tell us we made the wrong choice. And what are you accomplishing by doing so? Do you feel better? Do you feel superior? Do you feel as though it changes anything?
I just hope that you'll make the right decisions in the future.
And what would those be? Please, I'm all ears. This back and forth is getting us nowhere. Please, in future, when you are kidnapped by your deliriously evil father, what decision would you like us to make?
I decided to work with you all because I knew that I was too close to all of this to not make these kinds of decisions.
What do
Feel-
you want, Grackle?
Would you feel
What?
better if the decision to make sure that you did not fall into the hands of your father was due to a strategic advantage as opposed to we fucking love you and care about you? Would that make you feel better? You're powerful, you're strong, and in the wrong hands, you're a liability. That's why we saved you, and that's all. Is that what you want to hear?
If that doesn't work for you, are you hoping for an apology? Because you won't get one. You won't get one from me, you won't get one from Salome, I know you won't get one from Fume, you won't get one from anyone out there. Grackle, it's my job to tell people what they want to hear. I'm very good at it. They pay me a lot of money to do so. So what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear, we'll leave you alone, you can walk away and we'll never see you again? We'll let you deal with this on your own? You want me to say I will take full responsibility for this, that I'm the one that stood up on that stage in front of all of those people and convinced them to go to war with us, only for this to happen? I will say a lot of things. I will say that I will carry that guilt with me for the rest of my life. I will never get anything that has happened to us since we came together as a group out of my head. I will never not dream about this. I will take it to my grave and beyond. I will say it was my fault. I will say I am complicit in all of this, but I will not say I am sorry for loving you. And nobody else in this fucking building will either. So get your head on straight. Figure out what it is you want. And then, for fuck's sake, just tell us. Because we are doing the best that we can in a very bad situation. And I wish I hated to say this, but I don't. We'd be in this war with or without you. Yes, you've got a personal connection. Yes, the Baron is your father. Boo fucking who? He's killing us, all of us. Our city is dying. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't have anywhere else to go. So will I carry this with me for the rest of my life? Yes. Do I regret it? Not for a fucking second. And if that grinds your gears so badly, then so be it. Now, got a dead body on the counter downstairs, a war on, a horrible blimp with terrible guns flying over the city, and we need a plan.
Grackle, did you ever get like a dossier on the people your father sent you out to kill? Or an exact reason why they needed to die?
I didn't exactly know that it was him sending me out.
Right.
This was after I'd left.
Because methinks that this, the designs of the hulls aren't the only things the Baron has stolen from me. There was a small research project I had, alchemical-wise. Essentially a, panacea for all injuries. And Val, you can stop me if I'm reaching too far from here, because, like...
No, I love it. Keep going.
It was an alchemist. I still have, actually, in my inventory, 1 dose of the, aquavitae that we crafted the first time around. What if he's pumping some of the chemicals that I've made through his bloodstream and it's making him immortal? I really had a god complex when I was alive, huh?
I don't think that ever went away.
No, I started caring about people. I can confidently say that.
You know, there are people who believe in a living God.
One of them's the Pope.
There aren't many living gods left.
Oh, please, I really hope he doesn't want to become a new god.
Would it shock you?
No. But at some point we need to ask ourselves, when is this above our pay grade?
I don't think there is anyone above our pay grade, Fume.
In my mind, sorry, I don't mean to go. In my mind, it was the meme of that's the neat part. You don't.
You don't.
Bless.
Fortunately, I think we have made ourselves the one who have to deal with this problem.
Yippee.
So, do what we do best. Figure this shit out.
Right. I need to start making spare arms. Fume is just gonna...
Sorry. Grackle 100% thinks that he means guns, but I know he means arms.
could go either way with him. Let's see.
Yeah, honestly, it's 50-50.
50-50.
Grackle watched him come in with like his arm all fucked up and like dismantled.
She's got a one-track mind, my guy.
That's true.
If I don't know if y'all want to have any other interactions between the four of you, I did want to get to a scene with Glass with Grab.
I'd like to do something with Melvir after triage is done.
Is there anything right now that y'all want to say to each other?
Quick update to Salome. So I had 2 iron coats on me, a couple of spark runners, and blue coats. I had to ditch my hostage. Sorry?
Oliver is alive.
Yes, he also knows Bertrand Faust is still out somewhere, probably collabing with Grackle. But as a ha-ha funny moment, I did shoot his leg off. So it's like a 33% chance he's alive.
We'll put him back on the board. With a
I can
grudge.
confidently say he's partially right now.
Do we have any
Wait, no,
secrets
he
in
was
there?
facing me. So that's his... Fume is gonna mumble about the logistics of what side he shot Oliver on.
I'm going to get some air.
Salome is just going to keep working on her board.
Okay.
Crackle's got something to say to say. If she can do it alone.
I take a
love you,
gun
wife.
and a bottle of whiskey and I go to the roof.
Okay, have fun.
Bye.
Keeping
Be
right
safe, have
down.
fun.
I will not be safe, and I likely won't have fun.
Okay.
Um,
But thank you for the well wishes.
You're wearing your shirt. No, they're going to go do what their shirt is. Is live, laugh, lurk.
Ah, love it.
okay. So I want to do the scene with Glass first, and then we can do the thing with Melvir, and then if there's anything else y'all want to do in this moment before we get to like our score resolution stuff, and then get into downtime again.
I want to go back on the streets to shoot Melvir. Not Melvir.
Jesus.
Over the other leg.
Sorry. Grackle has
Go
something to say to
downstairs and I
Salome.
take out Melvir point blank.
No!
Yeah, Val, I don't think we're getting to all of that.
You'll
today.
never be a problem
No,
again.
no. Yeah, we won't go to. We probably won't get to all that today. I want to do the scenes though. This downtime period that we get into will probably be much shorter. As far as like time, like it's not gonna be weeks, it'll be days. But yeah, let's do this scene. And then Grackle, so you also want to talk to Salome?
Yeah. It's like 1 or 2 things just to say, like in private.
Okay. Yeah, let's do the one with Glass first though, and then we'll get to that.
Okay.
Glass, you leave saying you're gonna get some air, grab a drink, head up to the roof. A few moments later,
I have Smash's gun
got it.
because that's the one I had earlier.
So you've got a gun, a bottle of alcohol, and you're sitting on the roof.
Like you do.
Like you do. A little while later, I said a few moments, probably close to like an hour or so. Hatch to the roof opens. Grab climbs out, looks over, sees you, says, "Do you want to talk to me?"
Whatever gave you that idea?
Don't be coy with me right now.
Come on, sit down.
Moves over, sits, like grabs a bottle and takes a swig out of it and hands it back to you.
I want to give this back to you. Oh, I hand her the gun.
Looks down, takes it from you, kind of elbows on her knees, leaned forward, holding it in both hands.
Seemed like the only good place for it.
Yeah. knew it was always going to end bloody. It would end tonight.
Doesn't have to.
What do you mean?
Don't play coy with me. You've been around long enough and you know what's going on in these walls.
If you're trying to pitch me on bringing him back or something on one of those machines that Fume uses, or like Jackdaw, you can say that. Instead, just stay dead.
Option. In that case, would you like me to plan your brother's funeral?
I don't know.
That's
Never
fair.
really gave that much thought. Always figured we'd probably go out together. Never really thought about what I would do in this situation.
No. As long as you don't do what I did, you'll be alright.
I know you're trying to do the right thing by giving me options, offering to bring him back. But how can you even want to do that anymore after everything you've seen around here? You see those machines out there, and I've heard stories from y'all and from you and others around the city. It's unnatural. It's messing with everything. People not moving on. And the undead, the Jackdaw's all right, but he gives me the creeps. And Grackle. She's a monster. Smash and I put ourselves in danger. We went into this knowing that we might die, and we were ready for that. It was a fight bigger than we've ever picked. We were fine with that. But we got her. We were getting her out. We were following your instructions. And then she stops, drains the life out of that man, turns around. No regard for anyone else there. She didn't care if we lived or died. She didn't give two fucks about any of us. We could have all been slaughtered in that street, and I doubt she'd miss any sleep over it, if she even sleeps. Listen, I had a lot of respect for Grackle. I saw what she did. I saw who she was, but Grackle is dead. What you have parading around down there, wearing her clothes, carrying her guns, answering her name, that's not her.
I know.
If you wanted my opinion, and I don't know if it matters at all, I'd say put a bullet in her and be done with it. Give her the rest she deserves. I know that's not my call, and I'm out of place for saying that, but if I had my way, that's what I'd do. You okay?
Yeah, sorry, I just got like dizzy.
Oh no.
I'm fine. Just have a second. You're right. I don't know what to tell you other than that. And if you're gonna hang the blame on anybody, it can go square on my shoulders. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just wanted to make sure you had the options laid out in front of you.
Appreciate it.
You deserve that.
We're here. Still alive with you. And we're gonna see this through to the end. The glass. No one else comes back.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you there. I am very sorry about your brother. I know exactly what you're feeling. Don't let this turn you into me.
She gives a nod. Takes another swig of the drink. Hands the bottle back to you. Thanks. She gets up and heads back downstairs.
And I think Glass starts to cry.
Right?
And doesn't come back down from the roof.
That's fair. All right. Grackle, you have a couple scenes.
I think it's a familiar feeling when the room filters out. It's just Grackle and Salome left in the room.
I don't think Salome even acknowledges. She's just at her board, on her second glass of port. Probably still wringing the canal water out of her hair.
Salome.
Yeah.
Did I ruin you?
That one gets her attention. In what way?
When I met you, I think you were the kind of person who would have made that call.
Made what call?
The one to let him take me.
Grackle, when you met me, I was a madam, an information dealer. stakes. They're not even different. They're on a completely other plane of existence. The table has changed. This is not a situation where we let someone be taken by a rival group.
It wouldn't have had to have been permanent. Just enough to buy time.
We did buy time. Do you realize how close you got to Brightstone? I wasn't there, and I know I don't know the full story because as soon as I walked up these stairs, I saw Grab staring at you like she wished you were dead. So obviously something else has gone on.
What were you so afraid of? Losing me?
Yes. How is this such a foreign fucking concept to you?
It's not. She gets really close to Salome. Loyalty, I understand. Devotion, I know it. Love. Vicious, desperate, stupid love. There are few things that I can say with certainty. I know this one from experience. Love on its own doesn't save anyone. It just gives you more to lose.
I think gives Grackle a bit of an up and down. Grackle's a bit taller, so probably having to do like a down and up.
She's looming. She's looming over her.
Have I ever been mistaken by you as a person who has nothing but love?
Maybe I don't know it as well as I thought. She pulls away. She's gonna leave.
I think Salome grabs her by the wrist.
Mm.
We're not finished talking. In fact, I don't think we've even begun. I think uses that arm to like turn the arm with the shit on it, with the list.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
Do you want another example? When you first met me, this was in your head, maybe somewhere on paper. Now what is it? Burned into your flesh. Flesh that shouldn't exist. Flesh that was, indeed, dead. Changed? Change doesn't even begin to explain our situations right now. Loyalty. Yes. I promised you that I would help you with this, and I will, until I am dead. Devotion. Yes. I'm devoted to you. I'm devoted to Glass. I'm devoted to Fume. I'm devoted to every single person downstairs. Their blood is my blood. Their blood is on my hands. And love whatever you may think about it. I have that too. And yes, it makes it a hell of a lot more difficult to lose. Gets real close and looks straight at her. But it's not the only thing we have.
All right. I think that like the scales of power had tipped slightly and Salome just slammed them back down. Like, no, just because you're a scary vampire doesn't mean I'm not still in charge. And I feel like Grackle is like taken to heel by this. And she just like silently like looks at Salome and waits to be dismissed.
I need to know everything that happened today. Facts.
It's just that blank face. She looks over to the board. She'll walk over and start collaborating. Ugh. Ugh. I was like, I'm gonna be scary. I'm gonna be a scary vampire. Nope. I wasn't expecting to be like, oh no. Okay.
No one's as scary as Salome.
It's
Grackle,
so
come on.
true. God, I
Grackle,
love it.
You were trying to bottom from the top, but it didn't happen. It wasn't happening.
You don't mess with the madame in her own house, Grackle.
So true.
Madame! Yes, the madame in her own house, yeah.
All right.
Beautiful. Wow. Okay. Jesus.
While y'all collaborate and Grackle finds herself in a building of people that want to take care of her and also want to murder her.
Fumes in the air about that.
Yeah.
It's all valid.
I am gonna go ahead and call our session here.
Okay.
I know you want to do this thing with Melbury. I wrote that down for next time, so we'll get to
All
that
right.
at the start
It's
of next
fine.
session.
I'll remember it. There might even be a better time for it. I don't know. Let's wait until
Yeah.
next session. We'll
I
see.
have that marked on my notes, and we're gonna hit that at the start next time, or whenever it would be appropriate. So hold this energy for a week.
Okay.
But all right, we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna we'll hold our stars and wishes and talk about them in our chat and stuff too. But we're gonna wrap things up. Good session, everyone. We will be back next Saturday to continue. Join us. I guess nothing else in the meantime. Just hang around, sit right here, and wait for us to come back next week. Don't move. We're all just gonna sit here too. I want to thank my lovely players for making this game such a joy to run as usual, and I want to thank everyone out there for watching. I might need to run into the other room to turn off the stream. We will see everyone next time, and until then, good game. And he's back. And good night, internet.